Hello, my name is Jackson Strauss, and today we will discuss specific aspects of adolescent development. Introduction. The information within this presentation is designed to expound upon the human development stage of adolescence. This is a dynamic and complex phase of a person's lifespan where the age group ranges from 10 to 19 years. The following detailed information hopes to explain and expound upon variables that affect human growth and progression within this transitional period, that promote and create social, emotional, and moral development for the adolescent age group. Part 1. The variables of healthy adolescent social development. How does the adolescent age individual manage this often difficult, complex, and perplexing phase, and find their way in a social world? Let us now consider what psychologist Erik Erikson discovered within his theory of psychosocial development concerning adolescence. Erikson's fifth aspect of human development is referred to as the identity versus role confusion stage. Erik Erikson has made monumental contributions and influence within the field of human growth and development, and how we now formally understand the needs and necessities of individuals during each particular phases of life. His research concluded that there are 8 specific stages of a person's growth and development. For the adolescent in mind, his fifth stage applies, which is known as the identity versus role confusion stage. These are the contributing characteristics regarding this stage, and they are indicated by the following. First, a period of considerable self-assessment. Second, the adolescent makes a determination of their personal strengths and strongly evaluates roles for who they are. And third, this is also where the concept of identity is crucial and imperative. Since identity is so vitally important during this stage, there are numerous and significant changes that take place within adolescents' relationships during this transitional phase. The adolescent tends to decrease their dependence upon adult guidance, direction, and information. This is also where the adolescent's peer groups thus become a major influential factor concerning societal judgments and sensibilities. Oftentimes, the adolescent can feel significant pressure within their own identity, especially concerning the vast physical changes within this progressive growth stage. In other words, the adolescent-aged individual is under extreme conformity and expectations from society. With an understanding of this, their respective relationships are crucially important. They must be supportive, respectful, uplifting, and meaningful. According to Erikson, this has a significant lifelong impact not only for their overall development, but also constructs a foundational framework for purposeful future bonds and human connections. Part 2. The variables that support healthy emotional adolescent development. The American Psychological Association defines emotional development as a gradual increase in the capacity to experience, express, and interpret the full range of emotions and the ability to cope with them appropriately. Understanding this definition, one can easily see what a challenge this can be to the developing adolescent person. According to authors Schreiner and Schreiner, the adolescent period of development reflects a vast spectrum of emotional highs and lows. These authors also suggest various strategies for the adolescent individual to cope with regulating their emotions. These are Schreiner and Schreiner's 2 supportive strategies. The first strategy is the concept of cognitive reprisal, which allows the teenage individual to redirect their thinking in regard to various scenarios. The second strategy, emotional suppression, as the name suggests, is an approach where the adolescent suppresses the present emotion to give the appearance that they are okay. An example of the coping mechanism described within this presentation is perhaps when a teenager does not qualify for a particular sporting event. They will then suggest that this will give them an opportunity and allow them more time to study and obtain an academic scholarship or accolade. Healthy emotional adolescent development requires effective strategies to manage stressors and pressures. But more importantly, they also require an open line of supportive and meaningful communication from whom they are most closely associated with. Part 3. The variables that affect healthy adolescent moral development. Author Haoshin Zhu, within his scholarly research concerning morality and adolescent development, defines morality as means to maintain social stability, promote social development, and help people better cooperate with each other. Author Zhu considers the following as highly influential variables in the healthy development of an adolescent individual. First, family plays a crucial role in the values and beliefs that are shaped within the developing adolescent. Secondly, solid, effective communication within an adolescent's family unit is essential in constructing meaningful relationships, and thus passing forward strong moral values and principles. And lastly, peer relationships help to reinforce the robust values of the adolescent person. Author Zhu states that regarding peer relationships, that a good group of companions will undoubtedly make a teenager's moral development smoother. There is another solid component in helping achieve foundational moral development within the adolescent growth period. Author Zhu further claims that a community can have a monumental impression on an adolescent's moral development capacity and comprehension. I would like to take a moment to expound on the importance of how community can significantly impact an adolescent's moral development. A strong community atmosphere not only provides a stable environment, but when a teenager's social background shows general concern for all citizens' overall well-being, they will have undoubtedly been provided a lifelong example of valuing each human being and have established the significance of morals and ethics in everyday life. This is definitely imperative to instill in future generations, especially due to our ever-increasing, polarized, and divisive society. This part of this presentation concerns itself with adolescent decision-making and how it can potentially affect the variables presented that have been shown to promote healthy, social, emotional, and moral development within this often difficult transitional period. Part 4. Submarine analysis regarding decision-making and how they affect the variables that promote healthy adolescent social, emotional, and moral development. Because of the complex neurobiological, neurocognitive, and neurobehavioral processes, unfortunately, the adolescent individual can be severely at risk for reckless and poor decisions. Combined with all the other physiological changes within the adolescent's body, it is evident that this is a most turbulent and tumultuous time to navigate. Therefore, without the strong support of community, family, peers, and a positive and confident self-image, an adolescent can fall into very negative circumstances which can ultimately change the trajectory of their life and overall well-being. For example, a teenager who does not have great communication with their family and peers may encounter challenges within their academic journey, as well as suffer from depression and isolation as a result. They could also be subject to a poor decision that could lead to unhealthy addictions and substance abuse. These are just a few of the detrimental outcomes of at-risk adolescent decisions. This presentation's purpose was to be an instrumental and productive resource in helping one understand, first of all, the complexities of adolescent growth and development. Let us consider that healthy adolescent social development is a critical time of self-assessment and identity. This being said, the adolescent requires positive peer influence, a supportive family network, and open communication. Their emotional needs consist of their ability and capacity to regulate their emotional swings, along with the need for meaningful and supportive relationships. Moral development for the adolescent individual requires the collaboration of family, peers, and the sense of belonging to a community. Most importantly, it is essential to recognize they are in a unique and complicated transitional stage of life, and are in need of understanding, nurturing, respect, open lines of communication, and that they are loved, appreciated, and valued. I want to take a moment now to thank my professor, Dr. Willoughby, for such a great class and the awesome and exciting opportunity to construct this presentation. Thank you so very much.